Okay, good morning, everybody. Aloha mai kako. It is now 9 a.m. and I call to order the May 14th, 2026 Land Use Commission meeting. This is a hybrid meeting being held in person at the Hilton Garden Inn, Kauai, Wailua Bay, Kuhio Ballroom at 3-5920 Kuhio Highway in Kapa'a, Hawaii 96746, and with virtual participation via Zoom. This meeting is open to the public. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded via Zoom, and this recording will be posted on YouTube and used for court reporting purposes. Your continued participation is your implied consent to be part of the public record of this event. If you do not wish to be part of the public record, you should exit this meeting now. For those attending via Zoom, please note that the question and answer feature will only be used for signing up for public testimony, and all other communications through Zoom will not be monitored nor made part of the meeting record. Written communications can be emailed to the Land Use Commission office at dbedt.luc.web@hawaii.gov. And now for all meeting participants, please speak slowly, clearly, and directly into your microphone. And before speaking, please state your name to identify yourself for the record. We will also share that all participants will be taking breaks from time to time, approximately every 60 minutes. For commissioners participating remotely, please state your location and whether anyone over the age of 18 is present with you. All right. So my name is Brian Lee, and I will be serving as the chair today. There are 8 seated commissioners, and we're going to try something different today and let everyone introduce themselves. And please state your first and last name, your island that you're representing, and anything else you may want to share. And I'll start with Commissioner Kahele.
My name is Mel Kahele. I'm from the island of Oahu, representing the State Land Use Commission.
Thank you, Commissioner Kahele. Commissioner Hayashida.
Commissioner Hayashida, Ken Hayashida representing Oahu.
Thank you, Commissioner Hayashida. Commissioner U'u.
Aloha, Bruce U'u, representing the island of Maui.
Thank you, Commissioner U'u. Commissioner Yamane.
Good morning, Mike Yamane, representing Island of Kauai. And then, Mr. Chair, if I may, for the record, clarifying record for yesterday's meeting, I recused myself as being a director on KIUC. So just want to state that for the record. I was not absent. I did recuse myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Yamane. We don't want to tarnish your attendance record. And so thank you very much. Commissioner and Vice Chair Nancy Carr-Smith.
Good morning, Nancy Carr-Smith, Hawaii Island.
Thank you, Commissioner Carr-Smith. Also in attendance with us today is the Land Use Commission Executive Officer, Mr. Daniel Orodenker, the LUC Chief Planner, Mr. Scott Derrickson, the LUC Staff Planner, Martina Segura, the LUC Chief Clerk, Ariana Kwan, and with us via Zoom is the Land Use Commission Deputy Attorney General, Mr. John Dubiel. Now, again, court reporting transcriptions are being done from this Zoom recording, so please speak into your microphone and state your name clearly. All right, agenda item number 2 is the next order of business to consider the successor petitioner to a portion of Parcel 8 for Regency Puakea Properties LLC's amended motion for order, releasing condition number 2 as set forth in the Land Use Commission's findings of facts, conclusions of law, and decision and order dated June 30th, 1989 and December 20th, 1995. I'm going to ask the parties to now identify themselves for the record. Petitioner, will you please identify yourself?
Good morning, Chair Lee and Commissioners. My name is Nathan Natori, and I'm an attorney representing successor petitioner, Regency Puakea Properties LLC, in today's hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Natori. County of Kauai Planning Department.
Good morning, Jody Higuchi Saigusa with the County of Kauai Planning Department.
Thank you, Ms. Higuchi Saigusa. State Office of Planning and Sustainable Development.
Good morning, Chair, Commissioners. Leo Asuncion, Planning Program Administrator with the Office of Office of Planning and Sustainable Development. And with me is Aaron Setogawa, planner with our Land Use Division.
Thank you, Mr. Asuncion. All right, so now, once again, Mr. Notori, I'm going to ask if you have reviewed the Hawaii Administrative Rules, Section 15-15-45.1 regarding the reimbursement of hearing expenses.
Yes, I have your,
Thank you, Mr. Notori. In accordance with Hawaii Revised Statute Section 84-14, commissioners are not allowed to take any official action affecting a business in which they or a member of their family has a financial interest. They must therefore recuse themselves from this matter if there's any benefit, monetary or otherwise, to themselves or members of their family. Also, in accordance with legal ethical standards, commissioners should disclose any relationship, business, social, or otherwise that they may have with the petitioner or its representatives or any of the other parties to this proceeding that may give rise to an allegation of bias or impropriety. Do any of the commissioners have any conflicts of interest or disclosures to make?
Commissioner Hayashida, I am a personal acquaintance of Mr. Notori, the attorney, and just through our high school fraternity of brothers at Iolani. But other than that, I have no financial or any other disclosure.
All right, thank you. I'm going to ask the petitioner if there's any objection to Commissioner Hayashida's continued participation.
no objection, Your Honor.
County of Kauai, do you have any objection to Commissioner Hayashida's continued participation?
No objection.
Thank you. OPSD, do you have any objection to Commissioner Hayashida's continued participation?
No objection, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Let me now briefly explain the procedure for today. First, we will recognize the written public testimony that has been submitted on this matter, if any. Second, we will call for members of the public who wish to provide oral testimony. Third, the staff planner will then give us a briefing on the staff's report that has been posted for this docket. Fourth, the petitioner will then be called upon to make their presentation. Fifth, the chair will then call on the County Planning Department of Kauai and then the State Office of Planning and Sustainable Development for their presentation and/or comments. Sixth, the commissioners will have opportunities to ask questions of the parties at the conclusion of each of their presentations. Seventh, the parties will then be given an opportunity for closing arguments. Eighth, we will then reopen the floor to the public for any new and additional oral testimony on this matter. And finally, ninth, the commission will deliberate on the matter based on the testimony and evidence presented. All right, we will like to once again remind all participants to speak slowly, clearly, and directly into their microphones. And before speaking, please state your name and identify yourself for the record. And this will make it easier for the transcriber to produce an accurate transcript of the proceedings. Are there any questions now about our procedures for today? All right. As stated on today's agenda, please be informed that the relevant records and documents pertaining to this matter can be accessed for review on the Land Use Commission website at luc.hawaii.gov/A89-636. Okay, we will now recognize any written public testimony submitted on this matter. Ms. Kwan, has there been any written testimony submitted on this matter?
No, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Kwan. Are there any members of the public that wish to provide verbal testimony on this matter?
Seeing none in the room and no one used the Q&A feature on Zoom to indicate they'd like to provide testimony today.
Thank you, Ms. Kwan. We will now like to call on Staff Planner Scott Derrickson to please summarize the staff report for us and for any staff concerns.
Aloha, kako. Scott Derrickson, LUC Chief Planner. The staff report was posted to the LUC website on May 8 and distributed to the commissioners at that time. This is a motion to release conditions. The commission can modify or delete any of the conditions imposed or modify a commission's order.
when good cause has been shown. Determining good cause is at the discretion of the commission. The party who initiates a proceeding has the burden of proof, including the burden of producing evidence and the burden of persuasion. The degree of proof is the preponderance of evidence. These have been identified and defined in the staff report on page 3. The motion itself is actually asking for 3 different things. One, that the commission recognize Regency Puakea as a successor petitioner to a portion of the original petition area. Second, they are asking specifically for a release of condition 2, which is an affordable housing condition. And the third thing they're asking for is a written authorization by the LUC executive officer on a US HUD document that they require for refinancing of their project. I'm going to allow the petitioner can go ahead and explain in more detail what their motion is. The Office of Planning provided comments on March 26th, and they were in support of the motion. Before May 8th, when we posted our staff report, Kauai County had not commented at that time, but we did receive comments from the County of Kauai yesterday, and that has been posted up to our website and is accessible to the public and to the commission. These staff, after review of all the filings, we are recommending that the commission approve the motion to release condition 2. And I'm available to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, Mr. Derrickson. Commissioners, do you have any questions for the staff planner? Okay, seeing none. Petitioner, will you please provide your presentation?
Good morning, Chair Lee and Commissioners. My name is again Nathan Atori, and I'm an attorney representing successor petitioner Regency Puakea LLC in today's hearing. Regency acquired lot 1545-A back in 2003 as shown in Exhibit 5. Regency is a successor petitioner withstanding to bring the motion and amended motion and to seek the requested relief. Regency filed its motion and amended motion in order to have the Land Use Commission release an affordable housing requirement imposed by the LUC in 1989 and 1995 when the petition area was owned by Grove Farm Properties, Inc. As shown in our amended motion, specifically Exhibit 9, the affordable housing requirement was satisfied by Grove Farm in 2007 and acknowledged by the County of Kauai in a November 30, 2007 letter from the Kauai County Housing Agency, and therefore good cause exists to delete the affordable housing requirement. We therefore request that the LUC grant our motions and order that condition number 2, the affordable housing requirement in the 1989 order and the 1995 order be released from the petition area, which is increment 2, containing approximately 1,003.57 acres. Finally, I wanted to note that the State Office of Planning and Sustainable Development recommended support of our motions, and the County of Kauai's Planning Department has no objections to our motions. Thank you for hearing our motions today, and I'm free to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Natori. Commissioners, do you have any questions for the petitioner? Okay, seeing none. County of Kauai, please make your presentation.
Yeah, as stated in our comments that we submitted belatedly, we have no objections to the petition and all of its asks iterated within the petition.
Thank you, Ms. Higuchi Saigusa. Commissioners, do you have any questions for the County of Kauai? Okay, seeing none. State Office of Planning and Sustainable Development, your comments, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, Leo Asuncion for the Office of Planning and Sustainable Development. You have in the record our response to the successor petitioner's amended motion for an order releasing condition number 2. And in there, we go through our analysis on the subject motion. And the recommendation here is that we find that there has been sufficient evidence that first of all, successor petitioner has the standing to seek the relief sought in its motion, and that condition 2 of the 1989 decision and order and the 1995 decision and order of the Land Use Commission has been satisfied. Therefore, we show that petitioner or successor petitioner has shown good cause sufficient to allow the LUC to approve the petitioner's motion. With that, there's no objections to said motion, and we hope that the commission can issue an order releasing that condition.
Thank you, OPSD. Commissioners, do you have any questions for Mr. Asuncion? All right, seeing none. Mr. Natori, do you have any final comments you would like to make at this time?
No final comments.
Thank you, Mr. Natori. County of Kauai, do you have any closing arguments you would like to make?
No closing arguments.
Thank you, County of Kauai. OPSD, do you have any closing arguments that you would like to make?
No further comments, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Asuncion. Commissioners, do you have any final questions or comments for the parties before we enter into deliberations? Okay, seeing none, we'll now open a second round of public testimony for any new or additional comments only. For those participating via Zoom, please notify the chief clerk using the question and answer feature. Ms. Kwan, is there any request now to testify?
Seeing none in the Q&A feature, Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Kwan. The commission will now conduct formal deliberations on the successor petitioner Regency Puakea Properties LLC's amended motion for order releasing condition number 2. We will note for the parties and the public that during the commission's deliberations, we will not entertain any additional input from the parties or the public unless those individuals or entities are specifically requested to do so by the chair. If called upon, we will ask that any comments be limited to the question at hand. So commissioners, let me now confirm that each of you has reviewed the record and is prepared to deliberate on this matter. After I call your name, will you please signify with either an aye or a nay that you are prepared to deliberate on this matter? Vice Chair Carr Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Hayashida.
Aye.
Commissioner Kahele. Commissioner Yamane.
Aye.
Commissioner Uu.
Aye.
And I, Brian Lee, am also prepared to deliberate on this matter. All right, so commissioners, the chair will now entertain a motion, and the staff has a recommendation, if you so desire, a suggested wording that the motion is for the successor petitioner having provided adequate or a preponderance of evidence that the affordable housing requirements have been satisfied and for the release of condition 2, and that the commission authorizes the executive officer to affirm to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development that the affordable housing requirement no longer applies to the Regency Puakea properties, and that the commission authorizes the chair to sign the decision and order. Does anyone desire to make such a motion?
So moved.
It's been moved by Commissioner Yamane. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Uu. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing no discussion on this matter, Executive Officer Ordenker, will you please conduct the roll call vote?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The motion is to grant the petitioner's motion as stated in the staff report. Commissioner Yamane.
Aye.
Commissioner Uu.
Aye.
Commissioner Miyasato is absent. Commissioner Kamakeo Hello is absent. Commissioner Kahele.
Aye.
Commissioner Hayashida.
Aye.
Commissioner Carr Smith.
Aye.
Chair Lee.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you to all the parties, to our Deputy Attorney General and also County of Kauai and OPSD. Thank you very much to the staff for all your work, setting up, coming all the way out here, providing lunch, all the good stuff. And thank you, commissioners, for your volunteer service. This concludes our meeting. If there is no further business to discuss, this meeting is adjourned.